Hi, it's Nikki here, and I'm back to answer a few more of those author questions. So last time we did 1 to 6, so today we're doing 7 to 12. Got them here at the ready, so let's kick off. Question 7. In your opinion, what would be the perfect gift for a writer? I think it's going to depend on what sort of writer it is, because not everyone writes straight into the computer, so for them they might like a really nice fountain pen or a nice notebook in which to write. But for those that are more computer writers, that's probably not a great idea. In that case, I'd probably get something more along the lines of, you know, those lovely printed scarves and things with the text from Jane Eyre or like Wuthering Heights or one of those. I do like those myself. I've been eyeing them up for a while, but the price has just been putting me off at the moment. But when I'm rich, I shall buy myself one of those. If they're big readers as well, which you would expect if they're an author, you can also buy them books. You can buy them some lovely bookmarks if you're just looking for a little gift on a smaller budget. So yeah, it's going to depend on how they write and their background really as a reader and a writer. Number 8, what are your plans for next year in terms of writing? So this video I'll be publishing in September, so I'll kind of just look ahead into 2018, I guess. I do have a few books already contracted for 2018, a short story, a novella, and in particular I have a major new romance novel coming out, and that's going to be coming out with Dreamspinner Press. I don't have a firm date yet, but we're looking at probably around August, September next year. It's quite a huge release for me, because the reason it's quite a delayed release as well, because I signed the contract already a while back, is because they're including it in part of their new promotional program, which is going to try and get some books out in front of a wider audience than the usual crowd. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works, getting a bit of extra exposure for my book. We're going to be editing fairly soon. In fact, we'll probably be editing shortly after I put this video up. I've been told probably around late September for edits. Because of this promotion, we have to get them done quite far in advance, so I'm guessing we might be doing cover design early too, but I don't know for certain yet. So I'm really looking forward to the process anyway, and working with Dreamspinner to get the book ready, and I'm especially looking forward to sharing it all with you next year. In the meantime, I'm working on a new piece at the moment, which I hope to finish a first draft by about November, December, which I'll be then editing during the early half of 2018, ready to submit. And that's another I think it's going to be novel length. I'm not a big planner, as you may know from previous videos, so I can't tell exactly how long it will be yet, but I'm aiming for around the 60,000 word mark, so I'll hopefully be submitting that and fingers crossed signing a contract sometime next year as well. In terms of my MF writing, I do have a few pieces that are ready to submit, which I'm just deciding what to do with and making a decision on which way forward, because I don't have as much success with my MF pieces as my LGBT pieces, so I'm just looking at what the best option is for getting those out. And question 9, what are your favourite genres to read? Well, I love my classics. I read a lot of classics. You'll see behind me, quite a bit of that first shelf there behind me is classics. I also enjoy a lot of paranormal and fantasy, including urban fantasy. I don't read a lot of sci-fi, just the odd one or two, and I'm not, again, the same with horror. I read a lot of Stephen King, Dean Koontz back when I was a teenager, but I've kind of come out of that genre a bit as an adult. It's not really one of my favourites anymore. So, I read fairly widely. I avoid true crime and, all-out chick lit, contemporary chick lit, but other than that, I'll read pretty much anything. I quite enjoy a bit of historical romance as well. Yeah, I read quite a lot of non-fiction too, particularly history non-fiction. So, let me have a look. Oh, well, I've kind of answered number 10 already. What are your least favourite genres to read? True crime and chick lit. I really don't like, contemporary Mills and Boonsy style chick lit at all. And true crime's just never really gripped me that much. Even thrillers, even sort of fictional crime, I'll read an odd mystery or thriller, but it's not top of my list. Question 11. If you were going to write in a different genre, what would you like to try? To be honest, I've written across a fair few genres already. I do contemporary, historical, paranormal, I've done fantasy, sci-fi, I mean, I haven't done a thriller mystery, but I don't know if I have quite the right mind for those, because for that sort of writing you'd really need to know everything in advance and really plan to know how you're going to introduce your twists and turns, and because I'm not a planner, I don't think that's a great genre for me, so that's probably one I wouldn't write. But I haven't really gone, I mean, some of my novels could be read by a YA audience, but I've not really gone into YA, but I don't know, I'm not sure I'd want to. I think it's a genre that's so popular now, everyone's doing it, and I just don't think I have the right sort of author voice for that, but we'll see what the future brings. And number 12, the last one for today, what children's books did you read when you were a child? So going back in time a bit, I mean, I do recall reading the Mr. Men and Little Miss books. I read Puddle Lane. I think that was more of an English one, so I don't know if you all know that one, but I of course read the Enid Blyton, Secret 7, Famous 5. So yeah, that's probably the bulk of them. I read a bit of the Babysitter's Club, I think, from memory. And I also read, you know, the original Vampire Diaries books. And it's funny because when you go back to those now, like I read those probably around like 10, 11, I guess, and loved them, thought they were amazing. And then I went back and read them again as an adult when the show first started on TV. And I was really disappointed because they weren't that well written, and I was just like, oh, I remember these as being so great, and it was a real disappointment to read them again, and I was a bit like, they're not actually all that good. But we had the TV show anyway, which was enjoyable. And it led to Elijah Michelson, who, as you'll know from previous videos, I'm totally in love with in the originals, so it's all good. But yeah, I think I had a book of nursery rhymes when I was a really young child that I loved so much it's fallen apart. I've still got it, it's down on my shelf there, but it's barely hanging on to life. It probably really needs to be rebound, but that's another of those jobs for when I'm feeling affluent that I haven't gotten to yet. So yeah, that's today's questions. I hope you had fun, and I will be back next month with another 6. And I will see you all then. Bye for now.